What it does. Welcome back to Rise React. So look, we're gonna be reacting to like two videos. I'm thinking two videos might be one, but I'm thinking two of them. You dig what I'm saying? And it's pretty much talking about why men don't approach women no more. You know what I'm saying? I got my own perspective, but let's listen to what these ladies got to say.
The way I think about it is either I'm ugly, which is why guys don't talk to me,
Ugly as hell, girl. I'm joking.
or I'm like too attractive that they're intimidated, which is why they don't talk to me. And I
It's definitely not option two. I'm just joking.
don't think I'm ugly, so I'm gonna go with option number 2.
No, you're definitely option number 1. But anyways, g'day guys, welcome to another video. Today I want to be talking about why men don't approach women in public anymore. And I'm going to show you another video.
Bro, I don't know who the hell this guy is, man, but we can skip his commentary. I didn't even know he had commentary. Is he still talking?
We want to talk about...
He's still talking. Alright, here we go.
Let's watch this next video because this is a perfect example why, okay?
I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot and it went fine, and I'm going to tell you why it went fine and how to address it, because it was in a book I read and this is how you're supposed to address it.
Bro, this is weird as hell. This is weird as hell. Bro, why do you feel like you had to go in the car and just record a video, and why are you shaking? Like, bro, we are so removed to just regular things, bro. We are so into like the internet and just technology to the point where we are weird amongst each other. You know what I'm saying, bro? This is weird. I don't even know what the hell she about to say, but you could just tell by her body language like nobody ever talks to her. That's creepy as hell.
But it scared me. I'm literally shaking. So this guy, I'm alone with my son, by myself, a woman, and
what the fuck? I'm sorry. What the hell that got to do with anything? Alone by yourself? You're not by yourself. Look at the parking lot. It's not like he cornered you in the alley or he got you in a mysterious aisle in Walmart. No. Bro, I hate 2023, bro.
Male approached me in a parking lot. He's, "Excuse me, miss," and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And before he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, "Excuse me, ma'am." And I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, "Do not approach me."
What?
Okay, so he approaches this woman, right?
Can you even say that he approached you 30 feet away? 30 feet away? He didn't even approach you.
In obviously a respectful manner, but let's be honest here, he probably doesn't meet her criteria, which he shouldn't anyway because she's obviously married. Kudos to her. So let's just say, you know, what if she...
I guess I didn't peep that she got a ring on her, but I mean, you shouldn't have a freaking meltdown because a guy said something to you. We don't even know what he said to you.
Dropped her wallet. Or what if, you know, she left something on top of her car as she was packing in her groceries? Or like, you know, what if she left something behind? Like, what if?
My
like,
boy, we don't give a damn about what the hell you gotta say. Respectfully. I honestly, y'all, I just thought this was just like a compilation of videos. I didn't think it was gonna be a commentary, dude.
Let's continue with the story.
And he like immediately started going in the other direction, and I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, "Do not approach me. Do not approach me." And he of course like got like, "What the F?" Like he started cussing and yelling like, what's your problem? And I looked at him and he actually then...
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're approaching somebody in public or whatever and they start acting like that towards you, like, wouldn't you be like what the fuck,
yes.
too? Like, what
hell
the fuck?
Yeah.
Really? Like, what is wrong with you?
I pray that he was just trying to return something to her, and I hope that she didn't get it returned to her.
Are you okay? Are you crazy? I would think that if some woman started yelling at me just for saying, "Oh, excuse me," like hi or whatever, like, and I started getting fucking yelled at, I'd be like, "What the fuck, man? Like, seriously, what is wrong with these people, man? Especially modern women." And then you get women crying about the same thing, saying, "Ooh, well, men don't want to approach me anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me." It's not that there's anything wrong with you. It's just that
I'm not gonna lie, he don't have bad commentary, but I feel like that's my job to make commentary to y'all. So man, we just gonna skip, bro. No disrespect, bro.
approached by men.
Crossed a couple cars down from my car. He didn't come anywhere near me. He crossed a couple cars down from my car and was like, what's continuing to cuss and say, what's your problem? And I say, you do not approach women in a parking lot. I just kept saying, do not approach me.
What?
You do not approach women in a parking lot. Like yelling it. No male.
You know what? There is nothing wrong with approaching a woman in a parking lot.
What exactly? Please tell me what is wrong with approaching a woman in the parking lot. Now I can understand if the gentleman was like 3-4 feet away from her, but he obviously, man, don't get to. I got my dog in here, y'all, man. Man, don't be having them bad dreams, man. Get to shaking and all that. It's one thing if the gentleman was like 4 feet away from her and he didn't let himself be known. All right, then I understand, because now you spooked. At this point, you could just snatch me up. But the gentleman was 30 feet away. You don't know if he was trying to holler at you. You don't know if you left your receipt, if you left your phone in the store. You don't know. You don't know. And I understand that she's married, but that don't mean that you can't have a conversation with a gentleman. You don't even know what he's about. This is sad.
In my opinion, right? You know, but you need to understand there's a time and a place. You know, you need to read the. No, approach was fucking the DAC.
No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot.
I hate women like this.
No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot.
Like
and if a male does approach you, you need to turn around and use the strongest voice that you can possibly use with them. Don't be polite. They need to literally screw off. No male should be approaching you in a parking lot.
This woman is just nuts, man. Anyway, she should probably get some therapy.
She do.
And stop reading those, feminist propaganda books. Because this is what's ruining modern dating for, both men and women. And to be honest, I'm very good at predicting the future, guys, right? And I predict that there's going to be a massive short supply of cats in the future. I have this really strong feeling that it's going to be very hard for the normal person to go and acquire a cat.
There's going to be a lot of cat
Because
ladies.
all of these women who are going to be single and alone due to their toxic feminism are going to be just taking all these cats for
every
themselves,
single
man.
cat in the world, man.
It's...
Man, are we through? Damn, that was it. That was it. All right, video 2.
I think some nice guys know that some women can be absolutely.
So wait, quickly. You said the onus isn't on.
It's not. I don't think the onus of guys who don't have confidence to speak to women is on women. That is your personality trait, hon. That's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You don't think?
I feel like with nice guys.
I think it can be.
Because I think this I think these conversations that we tend to generalize a lot.
Yeah.
And I get it, because I guess that's what is in your view. So it's easy to generalize. But I think there are nice guys who, because really and truly, it's not like this. There's a lot of nice guys that are single.
Yeah,
they're getting girls.
Yeah, and some of them are very committed in relationships.
Yeah, I mean, so I think it's easy for us to obviously say that, we can talk about certain type of girls and blah blah, because that's really what's in our view. But I don't believe, if I meet a guy who's shy and whatever, I don't believe that I think his personality anyway, he's an introvert or he's shy anyway. And then maybe that is heightened when he meets other women and doesn't have the confidence. But I don't think that onus is on women making him shy. I don't think
it's not the onus is on women. It's like we're responsible for the men that we pick.
Yeah. So, I agree with that part. But she was saying how she thinks that guys are like the shy guys. They don't have the confidence to approach women because
it's partially our fault, because feminism had this whole Me Too movement.
Yeah.
And so like we're complaining like they're shy because they don't know if they're going to be Me Too'd if they approach the wrong girl. No, seriously. There is guys.
You know what? I kind of want to dive into that. What makes a guy shy? I feel like what makes a guy shy is the fear of rejection. You know, because outside of that, why would a dude be? I mean, the fear of rejection, low confidence, and maybe lack of self-confidence, you know. So it's I feel like it's a few different factors that contribute to the shyness of a guy. Like I said, just the lack of confidence within himself, the fear of being rejected, and just maybe not being comfortable where he's at in life. Maybe he got teased a lot, and now he just mentally programmed that he's not enough. Interesting. So I got a buddy, right? I met up with him yesterday. Been a minute since I seen him, and he was telling me about this woman that he's working with, and he was so just fidgety, like, when talking about her. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, yeah, you know, I just don't know. You know, I made a couple subtle hints, and, you know, maybe she just don't lie. Maybe she just don't, you know, so it's so many variables that factor into a dude being shy and don't want to approach women. I can't say that it's just the feminist movement. I wouldn't say that all women should be nice to men, because that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of patriarchy, you know, and I don't even really like to use that word a lot. So I wouldn't say that they just need to be nice to all guys or whatnot, but, you know, just pleasant. Maybe pleasant. Whether you find them interesting or not, I feel like everybody should just be pleasant to one another, thus not having the other person feel some type of way of approaching you. You know what I'm saying? I've had women that I found not attractive approach me, say something to me, and I was never rude to them. I didn't engage with them in the way that they wanted me to engage with them, but I did not make them feel less than. I did not make it seem like I was out of their league. I accepted the compliment, probably had a few words with them. I just kept it moving. Ain't nobody confidence got hurt. Ain't nobody feelings got hurt. But it was just a friendly encounter. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, there is a YouTuber that just came out where he approached a girl in public, and she literally called the park police on him. Yeah. And this was in 2022.
Yeah, but there was guys that were shy before the Me Too movement started. So what's their excuse?
That's why I say it's a bit.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Like, so Me Too was what, 5-7 years ago?
Yeah.
How long were you really in the dating game?
Yeah, but that's the thing, because I've got a lot of life experience.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna ask Auntie. Do you feel like men approach women more or less now?
I think they approach women less now, because women look more fierce. They wear more war paint, and because the men are scared. Because nowadays it takes a couple of rare things to happen for all men to be labelled. So now you don't even know whether to approach a woman or not, because you don't know whether she's going to say that you're harassing her, leave her alone. And sometimes you might even just want, a woman might just...
I mean, and bro, just imagine that. Imagine you trying to be friendly to a woman and their reaction is so erratic to the point where it's just like, maybe I just should not do this no more. You know, I got a buddy, man. He recently broke up with his girlfriend, and he was just like, man, Rod, it's hard out here. And I'm just like, it's not necessarily hard out here. It's just the climate. Because there's a lot of single women out here. There's a boatload of single women out here, and they're not getting approached just based off of just the climate and how things are right now.
A man might just want to say, excuse me, love, do you know the time? No!
Yeah. Another time, check your watch.
It's happened. A girl dropped something and I've gone to give it back, and she gave me some dirty look. I was like, so I took it, I snapped it. It was an Oyster card. I snapped and went my way.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that's why a lot of men just don't approach women.
I do believe like your personality trait, you can be quite shy and an introvert. Me personally, I'm very, very shy. But when you are in a situation where you feel comfortable, you can come out of your shell. And with some guys, you know, with some girls, they can come out their shell, whereas other women have made them feel, no, you stay shy because
women are becoming a lot.
I don't think that. I think guys will approach you if they feel good about themselves. So if they feel like they're, you know, pushing gym or whatever that to build their own self-confidence,
I know guys that feel good about themselves. Like they're like,
do not pay somebody to build you a Shopify store because I'm going to do it free with 20 handpicked products.
Yeah, I'm good looking. I go to the gym. You know, I'm a nice person.
And he won't approach a girl.
But he'll look at a girl and be like, no, I won't approach her because we like, or that girl looks so good and.
No. This is the death of femininity. I think a lot more women are masculine because back in the day, women would signal. And even when we had Kit on the other day, he educates women. He educates women how to signal to allow a man to feel comfortable enough to get to approach a girl for safety of interest.
So maybe that's the problem, Eddie. Maybe the problem is men aren't actually looking for women's signal before they're approaching. So when a girl is now calling Park Patrol, it's because she's not signaled to you. She's not showed you she's any interested. You don't know what her relationship status is, and maybe wait for the cues for a woman to now signal.
You know, the question is, do women know how to signal to a male? Because I will argue that most women probably don't even know. I'll argue most women probably don't know how to signal to a male that they are interested in them. Like in 2022, 2023, it's obviously 2023. You could go to a club, you could go to a bar, and people would dress up fresh as hell, put on they Sunday's best, but won't say anything to the opposite sex at all. You know, they'll make eye contact, they'll look, there might be a little smile, but most people don't approach anybody. You know, I remember having this conversation years ago when I was kicking it with chicks or whatever. I typically kicked it with chicks that was already friends with somebody I knew, because the risk of trying to flatter a random person was just so tense. And this was years ago. You know, you get to questioning yourself, man. Maybe, man, this girl too pretty, man. I ain't in her league. Self-confidence, shot. I mean, bro, it's so many factors, man. It's so many factors. And in the real world, before all this internet stuff, I don't think it should have been like this. Like, so imagine like back in the 50s and 60s and 70s and even the 80s and early 90s. I mean, all the way up until the new millennium. If you see somebody that you was interested in, you had to go say something to them right then and there, because chances are you're not going to find them on no social media, because there was no social media at the time. And once you don't see them no more, there's a great chance you'll never see this person again. So it was more of a, man, I gotta go say something right now if I'm interested. Now, you know, it's so many ways to go around it. You can find somebody's social media. You can see if any of your friends know this person, to the point where you don't have to do that cold approach anymore. But the cold approach was iconic, baby. It worked every time. You did?
But I also think that women are way less quick to jump the gun on that one as well.
The women are less feminine.
Can I say this? I think women embody masculinity more now.
Boy, her voice deep as hell. We're going to take this back. Hey, let me holler at you.
But I also think that women are way less quick to jump the gun on that one as well.
The women are less feminine.
Can I say this? I think women embody masculinity more now.
100%.
The society, no, but look at this, check this. Go on, I don't know if anyone else uses TFL regularly, maybe I'm poor, but, you know, go on the tube, you see the advert, staring, harassment. So it puts men on edge.
Yeah, there's a phone number to call if he stares at you too long.
No guy would want to approach a girl because he's going to be like...
No, but if we flip it to like countries where there isn't that, a lot of men take advantage. So it's not... these aren't put in there for women.
Do the majority of men the men you're describing?
Sorry?
The majority of men, the men you're describing. So the men you're saying that take advantage. Is that
in a country like where this isn't the social norms, where you have to...
No, but Martin, is that the majority of men?
Sorry, what?
Is that? Do you
So
think
the majority of go on.
Do you think the majority of men are doing that in those countries?
In those countries, what, going up to women unsolicited? Yeah, 100%.
It's normal to them.
100%, and they're grabbing girls, and they're
the majority of men in those countries are grabbing girls.
100%.
So the majority of men in those countries are committing assault.
Yes, I've been to countries.
View. That's your view on men.
No, that's not my view on men. That's cultural differences. In my country, even where women's rights are not like, I'm not here saying women are equal to men. I'm saying, but if a woman doesn't want to be touched, don't touch her. That's even a religious side. If you don't touch her.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So in them countries where
what countries?
Like, even parts of Asia, Africa, where
can you name them?
Countries that I've travelled to, Egypt, Morocco. Just say Morocco.
Morocco's bad. I've been there.
Sorry, let's say Morocco. I've had men approach me millions, and I've said no.
Approach you, but no. But you said wait. You said grabbed.
They will grab you. They will grab you. Even in Dubai, they grabbed one of my friends, and she
I've been to Dubai. I was fine. I had no issues.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying again.
And I went with my and I went with my family. Sorry.
Yeah. But also, and again, maybe this is where the cultural differences are. When it comes to even like me traveling as an Asian woman, they don't see me as my British passport. They see me as an Asian woman. If I go to Dubai, they see me as a Bangladeshi woman, and they will take advantage of that, thinking I'm a Bangladeshi woman.
It's just interesting because I know a couple people from those countries, and they don't actually have the same views as you.
100%.
That grew up in those you said. Well, I think you said Morocco. Was that
Can
Morocco?
I just say, as a Moroccan myself,
majority.
As a Moroccan, I'll say this. The context in which this happened, you were on holiday, right? And you're saying that people grabbed you. What was the context of that grabbing?
No, I'm not saying that they're constantly grabbing. I'm saying this approach, constantly trying to talk.
Yeah, like, but can I say, as a Moroccan, were you a tourist? Were you in a tourist area? Were you in the Medina? Were they approaching you to sell you things? What?
Boy, her voice deep as hell, bro. And I know I'm bold as hell for pointing that out because I don't know if it's a medical condition or not. I don't know if that's just how her, but boy, I mean, bro, look at her stature though. Look at that arm. Bro. I hate to have to get into a fight with her. She just might win.
No, I was just walking the beach. Even if it's a touristy area, what I'm saying is
Are you interested in starting your own faceless YouTube automation channel, but all people do is tell you to go to Fiverr and Upwork and hire people to make rain sound videos, motivation videos, and all this other useless crap that just doesn't work? And all you want is someone to level with you and show you exactly what you
countries, even just say when I go Bangladesh and I'm not a tourist, and I'm in my own country, clothes, everything, guys will still feel like they have a right to come and speak to you.
Okay.
Hold on. I feel like ain't nobody above getting spoken to. Anybody can speak to anybody. So this is her argument for real. Now, as far as what they was just talking about, I can imagine that there in countries where there are not so many social laws, that, you know, it might be dudes just a little bit more aggressive dudes, you know. But it's interesting because here in the U.S., there's not that many aggressive dudes as compared to countries where it's not as many social laws and social standards. But there's also a mad uprise of single women in the U.S. A mad uprise. Now, I don't know if it's the same in those other areas that she's talking about, Bangladesh or whatever the hell, but I mean, it is the adverse effect of all of these laws where dudes don't even feel comfortable talking to women. You know what I'm saying? The amount of single women here in the U.S. is ridiculous. You know, now I'm not saying that dudes should be able to just go up, grope a woman and harass a woman if that's what she don't want to do. But, I mean, I bet in those countries there's more women that that are in relationships. Because dudes are making advances to them to let it be known, as opposed to a fine ass chick here and no dude say anything to her because they're so freaked out about, all right, man, she might try to call the police, she might call say I'm harassing her, some form of aggression, or you know what I'm saying. So it's a real teeter-totter type of situation. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm explaining myself right. Let me know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but I don't know, bro. She tweaking.
I'm
not saying that it's wrong. I'm saying, again, look at social cues. If, like you said, the guy's teaching girls what signaling is, if she's not making eye contact, if she's not, don't approach her. Especially,
and that's how we make guys feel that they're too shy.
The problem I had was when she said majority.
But do you see how this is kind of like the situation that I was describing? Because you're kind of like Me Tooing these guys because they approached you.
Okay, can I just say, as a victim who has been sexually abused as a child, it is deep. It is deep, and if I don't want you accessing my personal space, don't do it.
To talk
it's
to
not,
you?
It's not just
to
me
talk
too.
To you?
No, I talk to everyone. I'm a very social being. Eddie knows I'm very social. You trying to cross that line? No.
But that's not necessarily the guy's fault, because if I personally myself, I've been through the same thing, but I would never be able to look at a guy and say, you know, it's your fault if I'm getting mad that you're coming up and to talk to me.
I'm not saying I get mad.
He doesn't know what's happened to you, so he shouldn't be able to feel like too shy to still come try to talk to you.
I will never call police on a man trying to say hello to me at the park. I will smile and I'll go on my way. If he is now following me and trying to take advantage of that situation, yes, I will panic. And that's my traumas. I'll panic. If he understands, she doesn't want to say hello, and he minds his business, there's no problem.
Hey, one time for my man in the back, because he was agreeing as well. Because I agree with what she said. You know, if you stalking and harassing somebody, that is not cool. That is not cool on any type of level. I just like that my man was in the back disagreeing. You feel me?
If he understands, she doesn't want to say hello, and he minds his business, there's no problem.
And I think that's what it is.
But you said the majority of men are grabbing girls.
In certain
it's not
countries,
the majority,
and that's where like I have an issue with that, because I don't think you're correct. I know people from those countries, and they would not say the same thing. So it's interesting to me that's your view, because to me that's like your view on men.
But
we're not saying that it doesn't.
My experience.
No, listen,
I'm not gonna lie.
That's my experience. We're not saying that it doesn't happen. We're not saying it doesn't happen. We're saying it's not the majority.
Okay, it happens to me majority of the time I go out. And it might be my figure. It might be and that's why, again, I don't like to, when I go, especially abroad, I don't.
Man, respectively, man, ain't nobody busting down doors to just grope on you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even trying to be bold. I ain't trying to be shallow, but ain't nobody busting down no doors to grope on you. No. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. Come. I mean, I wish I could zoom in. Hell no. Ain't nobody, man. Boy, hell no. I'm not about to let her just go on with that rhetoric. She lying. Lying ass.
Clothes that will extenuate my figure as much, or my skin, because I like to protect myself. Yeah, it might be that they find me attractive and they want to. Yeah. Maybe every girl doesn't experience that, but every time I go out, I do get approached, or I do get spoken to, and I have to now, I smile. It's not like I'm calling police, but I'll be like, no, sorry, I'm not interested, or okay, yeah, no, I'm not single. And I guess every girl says that to guys, I'm not single. Then they'll be like, oh, what? So yeah, you can't have a side boyfriend.
Yeah. Like, that happened to me this morning.
It's about the approach.
It's just the approach.
I think it's the approach.
I don't think, like, if a guy's persistent, like, I don't think that's that bad. Like, who cares?
No one's saying it's bad. It's
like, I don't think he should grab you.
Persistent and harassing, I feel like that's a fine line. You know what I'm saying? If a chick say no, a dude being persistent, he might ask one more time, but I feel like harassing is following. You know what I'm saying? Constantly. I don't want to say after the second no, because you should get it after the first no, but just still kind of showing it. Persistence and harassment, that's a very fine line. That's an interesting segment.
I think that's like, okay, don't, but like, you're telling me you went to this country and every single guy you saw, or like, let's say, so the majority, so let's say 6 out of 10 guys you saw grabbed you.
No, not grab. They will approach me.
Okay, but approaching is an assault.
No, it's not that it's an assault, but it could lead to
be harassment.
If I keep smiling and entertaining it and not saying, putting my boundary up, he might think, oh, she's interested. And it's very hard for women. Sometimes I feel like we say yes just because it's easier. Like, I take guys' number just because it's easier.
That's not their fault. Like, to me, like, if a guy approaches me again, like, it's annoying, but
That lady said some real crazy shit.
And not saying, putting my boundary up, he might think, oh, she's interested. And it's very hard.
An assault.
No, it's not that it's an assault, but it could lead to
be
that. 'Cause
harassment.
If I keep smiling and entertaining it and not saying, putting my boundary up, he might think, oh, she's interested. And it's very hard for women. Sometimes I feel like we say yes just because it's easier. Like, I take guys' number just because it's easier.
That's not their fault. Like, to me, like, if a guy approaches me again, like, it's annoying.
That's the problem.
But who cares? Like, I've been in, like, I went to Martinique. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, I've been there. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. It's nice. And like, guys they're like at this beach would like come up to me, and I'm like, who cares? I'd be like, go away.
Okay,
I think
but maybe
it can be sorry, babes. I think it can be intimidating. I think the way a person can approach you, like, I think some people, and I think it depends on each person's, like, how you are, I guess. But I think sometimes the way the way a guy will approach you can make you uncomfortable. I'm a confident person, and I've had guys approach me that's made me feel intimidated. I've given guys my number just so that this interaction can end. I've had guys, I went to a party one time and the guy was like, I think he was the security at the venue, and I left and I didn't realize he was following me. And I'm walking down a dark road. I get in my car. Thankfully, as soon as I get in the car, I lock the doors. I lock the door. He's like, oh, like, trying to get my attention. I was like, oh, like, I'm not interested because I feel unsafe in this situation. He stood there getting his phone out, like, he's talking to me, and I'm looking at him like, bro. And I was annoyed because I was in a tight space. I couldn't just kind of just drive off. So I think some guys, it can be like, it's just the way they approach you. They don't approach you in a...
You know, there are situations that I am aware of in which the dude has done the most. Like, so in this particular situation, that's creepy as hell. I mean, I can only imagine if I was a woman walking down a dark alley and as soon as I hop in the car and lock the door, somebody knocking on the door. Because you never know the intention of dudes. So, I mean, I'm not totally against what these women are saying. I'm just not totally with what these women are saying. You did what I'm saying? You did what I'm saying. In conclusion, I am all for women having the choice of whether to deal with a dude or not. You know what I'm saying? But with every action, it's a reaction. You know what I'm saying? So with the rise of the Me Too and, you know, all the harassment things and the women don't approach women like we just seen in the first video. I mean, the adverse effect of that is there's a great chance you might be lonely because dudes don't feel comfortable approaching you. Now, whether that's something that you do on your end with making a dude feel comfortable, or whether it's something internally with the guy in which he don't feel confident approaching you, you know, overall there's a greater chance of it ending in, you know, two single people staying single because they don't know the boundaries of one another. The chick on the Just Pearly things, you know, I understand that she got assaulted back in the day, and I understand that can skew how she feel and look at men. But people like her that is pushing this rhetoric of don't say nothing to me, don't talk to me, don't look at me. I mean, that doesn't help nobody. That doesn't help you. That doesn't help the man and his confidence. And there's just a great chance you might be lonely. Look, with that being said, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that cool stuff. I'm on y'all in a little bit. Peace.